In the land of Kemet, where the golden sun kissed the black silt of the Nile, a world of gods and mortals intertwined in an eternal dance of creation and destruction. The great pantheon of Egypt was vast and formidable, each deity governing an aspect of existence. Ra, the sun; Osiris, the afterlife; Isis, magic; and Set, chaos. Yet among them, there was one who stood as the silent architect of knowledge, the guardian of divine order, and the voice that spoke the words of the cosmos. His name was Thoth. The origin of Thoth is wrapped in mystery and celestial grandeur. Some myths say he was born from the lips of Ra, the great sun god, as a manifestation of divine speech itself. Others claim he emerged from the forehead of Set, birthed by the very force of chaos, to counterbalance disorder with wisdom. Yet another legend speaks of Thoth being self-created, emerging from the darkness of Nun, the primordial ocean, as the embodiment of knowledge itself. In some stories, he takes the form of an ibis, gliding over the endless abyss and shaping the universe with the utterance of the first words of power. Thoth was not a god of brute force, but of wisdom and intellect. It is said that his first act upon his creation was to organize the stars in the sky, assigning each one a place so that time could be measured. He set the cycles of the moon, dictated the passage of night and day, and created the first divine scrolls, written records of cosmic laws that even the gods had to obey. Whatever the truth may be, one fact was undeniable: Thoth was essential to the foundation of cosmic balance. Thoth's role in the divine order was vast and unparalleled. He was the scribe of the gods, the keeper of sacred knowledge, the lord of writing, language, and time. It was he who invented hieroglyphs, gifting them to humanity so that they could record history, laws, and magic. He measured the passage of time, dividing the year into 365 days through his cunning, allowing mortals to track the cycles of life. One of his most famous contributions was the correction of the calendar. Originally, the Egyptian year consisted of only 360 days, making it out of sync with the natural cycles. Thoth, using his intelligence and cleverness, gambled with the moon god Khonsu in a game of Sekhmet, winning enough moonlight to create 5 extra days. These became the 5 epagamenal days, allowing the divine year to align with the celestial cycles and ensuring that time itself remained in harmony. As the divine mediator, Thoth was often called upon to settle disputes between gods. In one of his most famous interventions, he arbitrated between Horus and Set during their endless struggle for the throne of Egypt. With impeccable logic and fairness, he ensured balance, preventing chaos from consuming the world. Thoth was unlike many of his divine brethren, for his very appearance symbolized his domain over wisdom and knowledge. Most often, he was depicted as a man with the head of an ibis, a long-beaked bird associated with learning, precision, and the search for knowledge. The ibis, often seen wading in the shallow waters of the Nile, represented clarity, patience, and the ability to see through deception. At times, he also took the form of a full ibis or even a baboon, another creature sacred to wisdom in Egyptian belief. The baboon, often sitting in deep contemplation or seen at the break of dawn howling to the rising sun, was believed to channel divine insight, making it another suitable form for the god of intellect. In his most common depiction, Thoth was adorned in a simple linen kilt, holding a reed pen and a scroll, forever recording the affairs of gods and mortals alike. On his head, he sometimes bore the crescent moon and sun disk, reflecting his association with time and celestial order. His eyes gleamed with intelligence, a silent observer of the universe, forever calculating, measuring, and preserving the sacred balance. Unlike Ra, who blazed in the heavens, Thoth was associated with the moon, a celestial guardian that oversaw the night with its cool, serene glow. The moon's waxing and waning were said to be reflections of Thoth's power to restore what was lost, a reference to how he aided Osiris, the god of the underworld. When Set had brutally dismembered Osiris, it was Thoth who taught Isis the sacred words to resurrect him. He played a vital role in healing Horus, who had lost his eye in battle, giving rise to the legendary Eye of Horus, a symbol of restoration and divine protection. As the keeper of knowledge, Thoth possessed books of incredible wisdom. The most famous of these was the Book of Thoth, a legendary text that contained the secrets of the universe, spells capable of raising the dead, controlling the elements, and speaking directly with the gods. It is said that mortals who sought the book would either be driven mad by its knowledge or suffer the wrath of divine punishment. One such tale tells of a prince named Neferkaptah, who stole the book from Thoth's secret temple. Though he gained immense power, his wife and son died, and he too was cursed to wander as a restless spirit. Thoth had ensured that true wisdom could never be stolen, only earned. One of Thoth's most crucial roles in Egyptian mythology was his intervention in the rampage of Sekhmet, the lion-headed goddess of war and destruction. When Ra, angered by the disobedience of mankind, unleashed Sekhmet upon the world, she became an unstoppable force of carnage. Blood ran in rivers, and the gods feared that all of humanity would be lost. Seeing the devastation, Thoth devised a brilliant plan. He mixed beer with red ochre, making it appear like fresh blood, and poured it across the battlefield. When Sekhmet saw the liquid, her insatiable hunger for blood led her to drink deeply. The potion intoxicated her, dulling her rage and transforming her from a violent warrior into Hathor, the gentle goddess of love and fertility. Through this act, Thoth once again restored balance, proving that wisdom and cunning could overcome even the fiercest of wrath. Thoth, the Egyptian god of wisdom, writing, and the moon, was believed to have a wife and a divine family. Thoth was married to Ma'at in many myths, while Seshat was sometimes considered his consort or divine counterpart. Ma'at was the goddess of truth, justice, and cosmic balance. She represented the fundamental principles that kept the universe in order. Since Thoth was the scribe of the gods and the one who recorded all events, his marriage to Ma'at symbolized the harmony between wisdom and justice. Ma'at's feather of truth was used in the weighing of the heart ceremony, where Thoth played a crucial role in recording the outcome. However, in some versions of Egyptian mythology, he was also associated with Seshat, the goddess of writing and measurement. She was a scribe goddess like Thoth and was associated with knowledge, writing, architecture, and celestial calculations. Some myths describe Seshat as Thoth's wife or daughter, while in others, she is his female counterpart or assistant. Together, they were believed to oversee the recording of royal deeds, temple inscriptions, and cosmic measurements. If we look into Thoth's children, some myths suggest that Thoth fathered gods or divine beings, though details are scarce. Some later sources associate Thoth as a father or protector of Anubis, the god of mummification. In Hermopolis, Thoth was linked with the Ogdoad, a group of 8 primordial deities. His female counterpart in the Ogdoad was Nemetawi, another lesser-known goddess sometimes considered his consort. His family connections varied across different Egyptian traditions, but his role as the god of wisdom, writing, and order made him an essential deity in maintaining cosmic balance. To this day, when one gazes at the moon, reads a sacred text, or writes the first words of a new story, the spirit of Thoth lingers. He is the unseen hand that guides the pen, the whisper in the ear of the philosopher, the silent watcher of the eternal dance between ignorance and enlightenment. And so, the scribe of the gods continues his duty, forever writing the fate of the cosmos upon the great papyrus of time. Which of these legendary anecdotes fascinate you the most? Let us know in the comments, and do not forget to like and subscribe Mythpaws for more such magical journeys.